Hey, look at you, all grown up and needing car insurance. You don't have to freak out if you got a driving record that's not so hot, or worry if you aren't sure exactly what you need. Able Insurance has your back. Pass up the national insurance companies where you're just another number and keep your auto insurance right here in Charlottesville. 979-0814 is the number. AbleInsurance.com is the site.
Go.
What up, though, BallHawk Show.
Say it one more time.
What up, though, BallHawk Show.
What up, though? Welcome to the BallHawk Show podcast. I'm your host, Miles Hawkins. Appreciate you rocking with me as always. Got another episode for y'all, man. Who's on the line? Episode 3 with Olamide Zaccheaus, OZ4. He joined the show to talk about his journey to UVA, what he accomplished while at UVA, and what he's been doing to prepare for the 2019 NFL Draft. So sit back, get your popcorn ready, and enjoy the interview. It's the BallHawk Show. Let's go. All right, another episode of Who's on the Line, and today I got the electrifying, record-breaking, all-time great receiver, Mr. Olamide Zaccheaus, and also fellow battle rap fan, I must say. What's going on with you, O?
Not much. Just relaxing. Cooling it.
Just cooling and chilling, man. So, basically off your Belk Bowl MVP, in which you solidified yourself as a true Wahoo great, man. What's been going on with you since that victory and since that great feat of being named the MVP?
Just training and kind of just soaking in the fact that college career is over, and like I said, training for the next level, and really just realizing that the people here have helped me so much and preparing me for the things that are coming up for me, and I'm just grateful for everything that's happened, especially this last season. It's just really all that I could have asked for.
Yeah, you definitely accomplished a lot, man. Before we get into all the things you accomplished at UVA, let's take it back to the beginning. Let's take it back to young O in high school in Pennsylvania. Let the people know what high school you attended before you became a Wahoo.
I was at St. Joe's Prep. St. Joe's Prep out of Philadelphia. Powerhouse school in the country. Top team in the country. Okay. Was a running back, and I played some slot in high school, but for the most part, I was just a running back. Was recruited as a running back coming in Virginia, and then as soon as I got here, fall camp, had a couple injuries at receiver, and I switched to receiver, and the rest is history. So.
Yeah, a long history, and the things that you accomplished. But going back to when you was in high school, you played running back. Growing up, who was somebody that you patterned your game out of? Because it was a lot of known Pennsylvania backs over the years before you got to high school. Did you pattern your game to any of those greats, or was more of guys in the NFL from outside of other areas?
I would definitely say people from the NFL. Mainly the person I love to just watch was Daniel Thomason. Mm-hmm. He was I don't know what drew me to him, but I just I loved his game. I loved everything about him. It was just one person that I really wanted to strive to be like. But some things just panned out differently for me. But that's still somebody that I look up to, and hopefully one day I'll get to meet him.
Nah, that's what's up, man. I apologize for that. You kind of broke up the last part. What was the last part as far as after LaDainian Thomason?
Hopefully one day I get to meet him, and obviously I'm technically a receiver now, but I still do running back stuff and all that. But I just hope one day I get to meet him, get to pick his brain a little bit.
Yeah, now that'd definitely be dope because LT was that groundbreaking back. Before him you had the Roger Craigs of guys who can receive out the backfield. and also run the football. But LT was a dude that just took it to a whole nother level. But as far as like your recruiting process, what were some of the schools that were really going after you? As far as I understand the questionnaire part to where they send you those media guys and they call your phone all the time, but what were some of the teams that were really serious besides UVA that offered you a scholarship?
Didn't have that many offers coming out of high school, but I would definitely say Temple. Temple was a local school, like right down the street from where I went to high school, and Duke didn't offer me, but Duke was interested, and I only had really three other real offers other than UVA and Temple. So that's really how it is, how it was.
Yeah, and then you get here to UVA. You came here. So when you finally committed to UVA, did they say you was going to be a running back, or were they already talking about transitioning you to receiver?
They just said I was going to be a running back mainly, and then I knew I was just gonna. I just wanted to come in and contribute any way I could, whether it be on special teams or something. And I knew they already had like running backs in front of me and all that. So when things happened in fall camp, people went down. I just saw an opportunity to get on the field, and I just rolled with it.
And you got here in London's, but his last 2 years, his last year basically, and then you played 3 years with Bronco. When you transitioned with the Coach and I's offense, was it easier to be more of a receiver because you were being in the slot as far as the transition and coach, of course, having Coach Hagan also, did that all help your transition into being just a receiver?
Yeah, for sure. Coach Hagan is a great example for who you strive to be when you get older. Who he is as a coach and father, as a person in general, and him staying here throughout the coaching change was huge for me because he was always on me. Even though at first I was under Coach and I in the receiver room, like inside receiver room, and he was outside receivers. Coach Hagan was always in my ear, like being on me as far as like making sure I'm on top of my things outside of school, outside of football. Like schoolwork and just keeping on top of my body, diet, things like that. And he helped me, like he really like molded me kind of into the receiver I am today. And it just became easier as I got older just to do it by myself and bring people along with me. That just comes with time and experience. But Coach Hagan was definitely an instrumental part of my growth and development as a player.
Yeah, I definitely think you were basically a sponge, man, because I just remember when you did move to receiver. It was some excitement there because we all knew you could run. Just looking at what you did in high school as far as with the track team and participating there and then seeing you in person run, we all figured you could be that deep threat. But I think the thing that impressed me the most was just your route running overall. How much time did you put into mastering the art of running those arrow routes, the under mesh routes, the burst routes, the little nuances of getting open versus those nickel defensive backs?
It's kind of hard to put a number on it, but I definitely say a lot. Especially like early on. I know like after my sophomore year, it's kind of when I was like, okay, like I'm really a receiver now, so I need to like get on this receiver stuff and like really get some like real type like receiver work. Like,
yeah.
Like in the off season, and that's when I feel like I really took a huge step into stepping into more of a being like a more technically sound, and just being more explosive out at the top of my routes and stuff like that. And it's a different world. It's really like an art of being a receiver. It's something that you have to perfect. You have to put the time in, put the work in, and it just clicked for me after a while.
And talking to you, you're a guy that really don't really pay attention to numbers and things like that. But I can't help but wonder, after your junior year, you had 800, basically 900 yards receiving. did in the back of your mind you kind of have a goal like, man, I would love to be one of the few receivers in the history of UVA to have over 1,000 yards when my fourth year is done?
Yeah, for sure. After the season, me and Coach Higgins took every rep in the game that I had, and just broke down like all the missed opportunities that I had and things I could have done better.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't really look at the things that I was already doing well at, because people obviously love to push that in your face all the time, and Coach Higgins just want to show you things that you can improve on, and that's one thing that he said, like, I could have easily had 1,000 yards if I just took advantage of all the opportunities that I had. And he just told me, challenged me to, not have those missed opportunities this year, and that this would be my best year, and I would do everything that I wanted to do. And 1,000 yards receiving is always something that I wanted to do, and this past year I was able to do that, and I feel like I had a couple bad games or whatever, but for the most part, I'm pretty happy with how the season went.
Yeah, and I definitely agree with that because, you're a guy that's diminutive. I was a diminutive receiver here at UVA, and we both know the struggles of being under 5'10" and how we're viewed to the public and to defenses. And for you, I think you broke the status quo because everybody understood that, you were a deep threat guy, but you made tough catches. We talked about your route running, but the main thing that jumped out to me the most this year was just your ability to take the short passes to the house. The Ohio game, you broke up the sideline. The year before that versus North Carolina basically was the game winner. You took a little out route to the crib. Is that where your running back skills take over when you get the ball and just 2 and 3 yards up the field and just make something out of nothing?
I would say it plays a part, but I would say more so when I catch the ball in traffic. Is when like running back instincts come into play, like anticipating, because sometimes you catch the ball and you just gotta anticipate what people are gonna be before you turn around.
Yeah.
And sometimes that can get you in trouble if you take your eye off the ball. But I feel like that's where it helps me the most. It's just kind of like really anticipating where people are so that you can move after you catch the ball and make people miss.
Are you one of those guys doing the basically the breakdown of your opponent and you looking at the DBs? Was there any DBs that kind of jumped out to you on the film and you was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to go ahead and get my mind right because they better than what people think? Or you one of those guys, you was just like, it don't matter who in front of me, I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna go ahead and do what I gotta do?
I was always one of the guys that I respect game wherever it is.
Yeah.
But I just play. I know what I'm capable of doing, so I just play. I don't really like to give people too much credit. I feel like that boosts their ego. But I just do what I'm supposed to do and just try to help my team win.
What was the transition for you? Like for you going from a pro style quarterback in Kurt Benkert, a guy that had a live arm that put a lot of stink behind football, to a guy like Bryce Perkins, who was very mobile, had a lot of touch on his ball, but also he could put a lot of zip on the ball and a lot of touch. What was, in your opinion, the biggest adjustment, if any, that you had to make between the two quarterbacks?
I feel like at first it was just chemistry with me and Bryce, but really, like, he just opened up a lot more opportunities for us as receivers. Mm-hmm. And like this past year, we had our best third down conversion, mainly because of him. And that won us a lot of games. And, it kind of goes like unnoticed or I don't know, just under the radar, I guess. But like converting on third down, being able to stay on the field, especially like in the last game against South Carolina, we had like crazy time of possession. Just being able to stay on the field, like, just controls the game, controls the clock, and that helps you win games. And you were able to do that. So, he just helped not only the receivers, but the whole team.
At the conclusion of this season, man, you got the career record in receptions. You got 250 career receptions, 2,700 yards receiving, 22 touchdowns. Only the third receiver ever to have 1,000 yards. You broke your own single season receptions record that you set the year before. And with all these accolades, first team All ACC, just a game breaker. and you wasn't invited to any postseason All-Star games. Me and Coach Higgins talked, off air about that. And then also the combine. Did you feel like does that just continue to add fuel to your fire? And because you're a humble guy. To me, knowing you, I think I'm gonna speak for you. Knowing you just gonna use this as fuel for the fire, and just gonna keep you more humble and keep you more hungry. Am I, speaking the truth, or did you have a different reaction to it?
I mean, you basically said it. I mean, this is nothing I can control.
Yeah.
It's just I can only control what I do in a week's time, and I know what I'm capable of doing. That's just always how I've looked at things. I just can't control certain things, and that's one of those things that is out of my hands and not something I can really influence in any way. But it is what it is, and it's just something that you gotta roll with.
Yeah. Now I think that's the great mindset you gotta have. I mean, you can either make excuses, or you just make it motivation for you to continue to get better. And after the season's concluded, how long did it take for you before you made that transition to start working out and preparing for the draft?
I took about a week, maybe a week and a half, and then I just felt like I just woke up one morning, clicked, and was like, all right, it's time to get going. So then I drove out to Pittsburgh, where I was training for like 9 to 10 weeks. And I'm in Charlottesville right now until pro day.
And what's the name of the facility? Because for the people who have listened to the 2 previous episodes with Chris Peace and Jordan Ellis, Olamide worked out at the same facility as them, but I'm gonna get him to repeat what the facility is, because you got to give them credit and a shout out. So what was the name of the facility you was working out at?
Versetti Performance in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. It's about an hour away from Pittsburgh, and I feel like they prepared me really well for pro day, and I'm excited for what they do in the future, because they really got me right. They got all of us right, to be honest. So I'm happy for them and their success in the future, and I'm grateful that I was able to go there.
And one of the biggest headlines going into the combine for Kyler Murray was how much he was going to weigh. Did your weight fluctuate? Did you go up? Did you go down? Any little inside intel? You just gonna wait for next Thursday to let the scouts see for themselves?
I could talk about my weight. I probably went down like one or 2 pounds.
Okay.
Nothing too crazy, but everything else is to be decided on pro day.
I like it. I like it. I mean, we little guys, and we when it comes to the underwear Olympics, we want to make sure our 40 straight. So, I mean, I've seen you run in person. I've seen you run on film. I think everybody understands that you could pick them up and put them down. But when it comes to the receiver drills, is there anything that you want to show the scouts that they may have doubted you in, or you just want to show, like Coach Higgins, like, I've improved on this since the season has ended?
I mean, to be absolutely honest, not really.
Okay.
Because I feel like my film speaks volumes of that. Yes. But I mean, I'll do any drills that they have me that they want me to do, and then I'll run routes, quarterback, whatever, and then just see what happens, see what they want me to do.
Do you guys already, like, for you, since you want to catch balls, do you already have a quarterback that you know of that's going to be throwing and things like that you guys have set up?
Yeah, so there was a quarterback who's actually from Shenandoah in Virginia that I was training with out in Newcastle.
Okay.
So he'll be throwing to me on pro day.
All right, man. Well, I ain't gonna hold you too much longer, old man. Is there anything else you want to let the Wahoo fans know before we get up out of here?
Just a great thank you. It's been a great 4 years here, and I just can't thank the fans enough for just the support and the love that they've shown throughout the years. And I'm excited for the future of this team. They're in really good hands with Coach Mendenhall and the direction that he's going in. And I just hope that they keep up the support for the team, and just thank you.
Definitely appreciate that, man. I know the Wahoo fans definitely love the highlights that you gave them. And I also want to say, I know, when you took the jersey number 4 after Taquan Mizell left, it's always about that next person and trying to carry on tradition. And I think you elevated it even more because when Taquan left and all he accomplished, not only here but now in the Professional Football League, I felt like you did the for its service, and now you're legendary, man. And coming from a former receiver, I know I was proud of you because, like I said, the Miniver guys, we got Napoleon complex. We stick together. So anytime you balled out, I was always the first to let you know that how proud I was with you, man. And I definitely appreciate you coming on the show, man. I know you got a busy schedule. I'm always blessed that you just take the time out to holler at me, and I know the UVA fans are definitely happy that you came on the show, bro.
Of course. I appreciate you.
Always, brother. And there you have it, man. Olamide Zaccheaus. Appreciate you for coming on the show, man. Get ready to set the pro day on fire. Like I said, wasn't invited to any postseason all-star games, not even to the combine. Had over 1,000 yards. First team All-ACC, Belk Bowl, MVP. Nothing. Nada. Zilch. But that's all right. I guess it's going to be just like when he got recruited. Nobody saw him coming, and he lit it on fire. So that's all we got for y'all, man. It's the BallHawk Show, and you know how we do. If you smell, I ain't the Rock. I ain't got nothing cooking, but I definitely going to serve you the shut the hell up juice. It's the BallHawk Show. We out.
I want the whole world spin my record. Cheryl, the hoodie styles, check game, stay free records. Oh, shorty girl fed to death and I'm massaging. Bad news, even be massaging. I got a fitted head, I be massaging. Pinky rings on my finger, I'm massaging. I got a speedboat concert cause I massage. I coming through about a whole Econo Lodge. I be massaging, I be massage. I'm coming through with Cadillacs and massaging. Yeah, boats I'm constantly massaging. I got GPS's, I be massaging. I catch croaker fish cause I'm massaging. I like a macaroni plate, I be massaging. Even oodles and noodles, I be massaging. Straight out the ghetto cause I'm massaging. I got ice around my neck cause I'm massaging. Or even gold teeth, I'm massaging. A pinky ring iced out cause I'm massaging. I got $100 million, I be massaging. I got $10, I be massaging. I got $1,000, I be massaging. I got 22 cents and be massaging. I take a penny and be massaging. I tell shorty girl fat, I be massaging. Your big two, I be massaging. I be massaging, I be massaging. I got a GPS steering wheel massaging. Whole share road chain be massaging. I got a Uzi, I be massaging. I got a 12 gauge pump, I massage. I got 100,000, I massage. Ain't broke, I be massaging. I stay paid, I be massaging. I stay late, I be massaging. I hit the pool all night cause I'm massaging. She wanna come through loaded and massage. Whole team, we massage. Bad new posse constantly massage. Ain't no joke, I be massaging. Even the bacon and eggs, I be massaging. Polo shirts, Chateau Adidas, I be massaging. I love you, sweetie cake. Spin my record, let me give you the game. On how to get rich. Take a penny and flip a penny. Then 40 billion. Why? I be massaging. What? Car steering wheel. I be massaging. The whole label of the State Free Records in the VA. Oh, we be massaging. Let's have a money shot.